Hey guys, I just wanted to touch base a little bit, make sure everybody's on the right track, getting your project going, working on Unit 3, and so forth. First thing I want to do is just open up our course calendar, kind of point out some things that are coming up. So we are in week 9 currently, about to go into week 10. I just want to remind you, first of all, that I have moved the due date of the TEKS investigation project to April 9th. However, if you do get that done early, I recommend that you go ahead and turn it in. And if you'll remember, under course content, here is the folder for the project. You have the directions. Here is the link to sign up for your TEK. Here is the link where you will turn it in. You must turn it in as a PDF or a Word document. All you have to do when you want to turn it in is click on this, browse your files, and attach it there. So that's a simple thing to do. And then also, there are lots of direction videos, and I give you examples, I give you all kinds of instructions here, and after you've watched all of those, if you still need some more help as far as what you're supposed to do, please reach out. That's a really good way to boost your grades, so we want to make sure those project grades are good. So if you're working on it and you have any trouble, set up a meeting with me or send me an email so that we can work on that. Okay, another thing that I want to point out is here in Unit 3, we're doing a lot of fractions, decimals, percents, and so forth. And so you really need to make sure that you're completing this work without a calculator. On the final exam, there will be a large portion of it that you will not be able to use a calculator on. So it's just best that you practice without a calculator. I've already been working on the final, and guys, I go straight to the notes, straight to the lessons, and I write very, very similar problems. I think, when you're going lesson by lesson, you're like, yes, I get that, I understand that. But when you get to the final, you have to be familiar enough with the material that you recognize the type of problem. And I saw that on the midterm. On the midterm, there were some problems where it seemed like you thought you were working a different kind of problem. Some of you, not everyone. And so I think, we just have to study enough and go through that enough to where we know the material. We're not just familiar. And hopefully this material is going to be a little bit more familiar to you because we're doing fractions, decimals, percents, and functions. And all of that we've all had, since elementary school. So when you're doing these lessons, I'm feeling like it's going to be more familiar than units 1 and 2. But you have to really practice the material well. Don't wait till the weekend to start your lessons. Go through it. Some of you have emailed me for extra practice, and I've sent that out to you. Like if you want more fraction practice, I can get that to you. So just work on it and know it. Don't just be familiar with it. And it's never too early to start preparing for the final. Just the best thing to do is to reprint your notes blank and see if you can fill those out and work those problems without having to look anything up. And then if you have to look something up, you don't really know it. You need to study that more and so forth. Okay, let's go back to the course calendar and make sure we're familiar with what's going on. So next week we just have one lesson and a quiz. And so I really hope that next week you get your project done and go ahead and get it turned in, because the following week we have a test and we start Unit 4. And so the projects, once you do turn those in, they take me quite a while to grade. It can take me up to 30 minutes per project to grade, and so as soon as they start coming in, I'll start grading. But it does usually take me about a couple of weeks to get them all graded, because I have not just your class, but I have several classes working on projects, some doing the same project. And so I have quite a bit of grading right now, and so it might be a couple of weeks before you get your grade back. All right, guys, reach out if you need anything. I'll be happy to help you, happy to meet with you. I've enjoyed meeting with some of you. Remember, I'm on Zoom on Sunday afternoons, and I've met some of you there and gotten to know you a little bit better. So if you need any help, just reach out at any time.